Laughing Brook. Poetry for sensual consciousness. Between a rock and a hard place, there the stream of life flows, all none the less. Salto Mortale. Life is not a given, even though it is given. It's a ride we're taking, even though the magic is not to take it. I rather let it unfurl into who I am, and everything is. Life is all around me, always is where I come from. It's where I live. I'm one with this. This is one thing, and all is one. What is death but a gliding into the ever I already surrendered to? I die, and so I live in wondrous other, beyond all fears and dreams. I do not hold, I'm being held. Everything just is. What is death but gliding with life's forever whiff? P.S. which rhymes with live. How to fly. As you certainly can tell, these intros I'm giving here aren't spoken out of the blue, even though their creation kind of works that way. Nevertheless, I'm speaking this as I have written it, lying in the hammock in front of my little bungalow during the Sacred Sensuality Retreat in Brazil. It's all about coming to being fully alive via the path of your senses, those doors through which the world at large can access us. If you want to know more about the retreat, check out the show notes for this episodes on laughingbrook.net, where you will find a link. Yesterday we were at a place called Paradise Pools, which doesn't owe its name to some smooth marketing scheme, but has sort of canonically developed. Canonically means people go there time and time again and have similar experiences. And they then try to find something that captures the essence and quality of that experience. So that's where the name comes from. We were doing our hike into the Serra do Chipo National Park with respectful support of a South American medicine plant. Despite a heavy bout of rain in the morning, each of our participants had a quite impressive journey through inner worlds, held, touched, and guided by the incredibly beautiful nature up there. At one point, I was checking on one of the participants and asked him, a bit casual, about his well-being on a scale from 1 to 10. I can see his hands move up and down in front of his chest, as if he is trying to gauge a level. Then he drops his arms, and on his face is an expression of both enlightenment and wonder. And he answers, "A scale doesn't make sense anymore. It's just good." In order to fly, you have to let go of the ground. Life's whiff can only carry you if you're not clinging to the ground. On the other hand, despite of all the times when life plays havoc with our clever plans and we have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start all over again, there's something to be said about becoming aware of where I am going, of me leaning into the wind and choosing the path on which I wish to traverse along. Circumstances may be tough and uninviting, yet in the end it will always be me who chooses how I go about life. Just like we did up in the rain there on the Serra do Chipo. In our retreat and in our work, we call this intention. Grabbing and holding on is one way of going about life, one intention, and creates impressive and yet not all too rarely effects which can be extremely devastating, as we are currently seeing so well on the large stages all around the world. Just as in individual lives who mirror, correspond to, and enable the big dramas in the spotlight. Some of those ways last for many generations, like colonialism, for example, or even worse, patriarchy. The grabbing seems to benefit the people grabbing. What is missed, denied, scapegoated away, and hidden is its life-denying poison, which invariably and slowly eats away the heart. There is, though, a different way, which is about not holding on and not being attached, as Buddhists call it, of doing by not doing, as Laozi has called it in the Tao Te Ching, or taking up my cross and following into death, as Jesus Christ has called it. From a perspective of grabbing. All of this sounds like utter nonsense. Yet, once you go along with this path of letting go, and it may be quite brutal in stretches, you may discover, ever so slowly, how things eventually begin to feel lighter once you let go. And what may start as a heavy endeavor turns more and more into something that has a certain effortlessness about it. With this effortlessness come joy, playfulness, new experiences, freedom, and ultimately a lightness that feels like I'm flying. That is, being carried by something that does not come from my strength and my doing, but is connected to something larger. It feels like a flowing, but it might as well be the wind under my wings. The heart is reached when there's nothing more to hold on to, and everything just is. Salto Mortale!
Life's not a given.
Life is not a given, even though it is given. It's a ride we're taking, even though the magic is not to take it.
I rather let it unfurl into who I am.
Into who I am. And everything is.
It's where I live. It's where I live.
Where I come from. Where I come from. Life is all around me.
It's where I live.
Always is. It's where I come from. It's where I live. It's where I live. I'm one with this. This is one thing, and all is one. What is death but a gliding into the ever I already surrendered to? I die, and so I live in wondrous other, beyond all fears and dreams. I do not hold I'm being held. Everything just is. What is death but gliding with life's forever whiff? P.S. which rhymes with live, 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 live. So, here I am in front of my little bungalow again. We're dying our little death for this episode, as the end has come upon us. This is a bit of a special episode for me, as it all has taken place and shape within 10 days of the Sacred Sensuality retreat in Brazil. Writing the poem at the very beautiful top of a waterfall when reflecting on life. Some of the wildlife around our center has entered. Instruments I used in ceremony, and Natalie Vickers, my co-guide, supported me also for this one with reading some of the poem. I guess I can say this episode has completely come out of the moment here. And should you be curious about the Sacred Sensuality retreat, there's a link in the show notes, and there will be another one in a year or two. It's all about coming alive more fully via the door of your senses. My name is Laughing Brook. I'm a poet, dancer, mystic, nature coach, and man whisperer. If you like this podcast, please leave a positive rating and a comment on whichever platform you're listening. It lives by recommendation, really. Recommend it to friends, and of course, come back for the next episode. For more info about me and things beyond this podcast, please check out laughingbrook.net. Thank you for listening, and as always, keep on flowing, bumping and jumping with the stream of life.